Who's ready for hot chocolate?
Oh, me, I'm ready.
All right. One for you. It's hot. Careful. All right, guys, are you ready for this fun Christmas story? 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
Did you know that this was originally published anonymously in 1823 under the title An Account of a Visit from St. Nicholas?
Wow, I did not know that. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. It was written by a minister named Clement Clark Moore, and he didn't take credit for it until 1837. That's because he wrote it only for his kids.
Well, maybe one day I'll be able to read it to my kids. May I continue?
Sure.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
Who exactly is St. Nicholas? Because I heard he was some German guy who gave toys to kids.
Well, he was actually born around 280 AD in what is now Turkey. He was a monk who gave all away his wealth just to travel to help the poor and the sick.
So was he fat and did he have elves that made toys?
No, mine. I don't think a fat guy in the 3rd century would travel to help the poor and sick.
Hey, are you two gonna let me read or what? Sheesh! I have to start over again because I forgot what I read. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung from the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads.
I bet sugar plums make you poop.
You're thinking of prunes, Mayan, and honestly, I have no idea what sugar plums are. And Mama, in her kerchief and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter.
I bet it was Santa Claus.
Mayan, do you realize this is just a made-up story?
Doesn't. I know this is a made-up story, but I do know that St. Nicholas was also a real person.
So you're telling me that you think a guy that lived 1750 years ago was still around in the 1800s?
Of course I don't think that, but it's possible because anything's possible.
The Santa Claus we know of today didn't even look the same. He wasn't a fat guy in a red suit until the late 1800s. I just realized the reason you thought of St. Nicholas as a fat German dude is because of Kris Kringle. Kris Kringle in German is Christkindland, which means Christ child or the baby Jesus.
So wait, you're telling me that Kris Kringle is the baby Jesus?
Hold up, you two. This is all very interesting, and I'm definitely going to have to fact check all this information. Although it is interesting that we celebrate Christmas in December when the Bible says that the shepherds were out tending their flocks. I'm not a shepherding expert, but it's
Think of that.
kind of interesting to think that they would be out shepherding in the wintertime.
Dad, everyone knows religion stole the pagan holidays celebrated during the winter solstice and started calling it Christmas.
An interesting fact is the Christian church didn't start celebrating the birth of Christ until 400 AD as a way to absorb the Saturnalia festival, which in itself is really interesting.
What about the Viking and Celtic celebrations celebrated during the winter solstice? The church stole their holiday too.
Have you two considered that maybe the people at those times chose to celebrate Christmas because they might have started to believe something different? While their beliefs might have changed from a religious point of view, they weren't about to let go of the traditions that they had been celebrating for centuries. So it's also possible that the church might have tried to take away their festivities, but the people said no way. Then the church was like, I guess we'll start celebrating Christmas too. Or Saturnalia, or whatever it was. Or Yule. Who knows? I don't know.
An interesting fact I learned recently is that the United States didn't declare Christmas an official holiday until 1870. For the most part, Christmas was a riotous winter celebration where the rich would be tormented by the poor. In 1828, New York City created a police force just to deal with a riot. A Christmas riot.
But who decided that Jesus was born on the 25th?
Christians in Rome started celebrating Christ's birth in December because there was already a celebration at that time. It was actually Mithras that was born on December 25th.
All right. I'm just gonna skip to the end because this has taken way too much time already. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."